My field is still so young, the field of film music history, that I would still say it's still in the process of building an impact on my field in general. But I think this symposium has had almost every working film music historian in the field here to present material, because it is the orphans of film. I mean, nobody has been talking about film music. We've just barely scratched the surface on film sound, but music is still often just completely disregarded when film historians talk about film. So in some ways it's still kind of neglecting. It's still finding its way, finding a home, and it suffers from a separate kind of neglect and orphanage too, because film historians don't often talk about the music, and music historians often disregard film as frivolous entertainment. We don't need to talk about that kind of stuff. So it has had an impact, but it's still having an impact, so I think it's very hard to measure. One of my favorite orphan films, there's so many, but one that I was actually involved with in terms of determining its significance and getting it preserved was a film that we found in our own collection at USC in the Movietone News collection about the Jenkins Orphanage Band, which was a band that was attached to an orphanage, a famous orphanage in Charleston, South Carolina, that rose to prominence around the turn of the century and up through the teens and 20s. And mostly they were known for their bands that played at all sorts of important functions, at presidential inaugurations and so forth, that it also became a breeding ground for some of the best jazz musicians that our country produced in the 20s and 30s. So we screened it at one or two Orphans film symposiums, got it preserved, and then I think by the time the third or fourth one rolled around, it had been named to the National Registry. So it was an exciting project from beginning to end. I've just been grateful to be part of Orphans. It's sometimes hard work, and most of the time just a lot of fun, and I love coming to it because it's one of the few conferences I just learn from every single presentation, so it's exciting to be a part of it.